Hello and welcome to this three-part video series. If you're watching this video right now, you're probably one of three possible people. One, you currently do not have a website but would like to establish your online presence. Two, you might have tried to build your website but maybe you got a little lost, confused, or overwhelmed. Or three, you already know you need a website but don't quite have the funds to invest in a web developer and you don't mind taking the do-it-yourself route. If you identified with any of these, I got some great news for you. It really is possible to build your own highly effective website without dealing with code nor hiring someone. Before I go on, I'll take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Andrew Martinez. I'm a WordPress website consultant in the San Antonio, Texas area. I've been building personal websites since 2012 and client websites since 2014.
I remember back in 2012, I was searching for ways to make some extra money online. And I eventually came across this course that talked about affiliate marketing, which refers to making money selling other people's products. In a nutshell, this course went over how to build a WordPress website, set up a blog, set up an email marketing funnel, and basically insert your affiliate links into your blog content and email content. Even before I invested in this course, I was always curious how websites worked and what went into building a website. When I did invest in this course, I was just amazed at how the whole website creation process was not as complex as I thought. I was even more amazed at how it's possible to create a professional looking website without having to learn HTML or anything like that. Thanks to the beauty of WordPress, it's very easy to get a website up and running in a timely manner. In case you don't know what WordPress is, it's open source software or free software that you can install onto your website and then be able to manage your website without dealing with lines of code or anything like that. And I will share this with you. I have made my mistakes building my first few personal WordPress websites. I remember I had one of my sites hacked and another that operated very slowly. Eventually, I learned how to ensure good website security and website performance. Since then, I've been committed to honing my craft and learning website best practices. Basically, I want to share my years of experience with you and help you go from idea on paper to fully live website within 14 days or less. I also want to help you avoid the costly mistakes I've made. In the first video of this series, I wanted to go over the website creation process at a glance. Now, below this video, you should see a button titled Web Creation Overview Download. Feel free to click this button and you should see another tab open with your PDF. Feel free to download this and follow along. This is the website creation overview that the red button below this video takes you to after you click on it. And as you can see, there are at least 8 steps involved, and there are actually more involved, but I want to keep this as simple and easy to follow along as I could. And we'll go ahead and go through each step one by one. So the very first step is to plan out your website. And just like if you're about to build a house, you would take some time to plan out the blueprint. You would figure out how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, whether you want a 1-car garage, 2-car garage, what color will the outside of the house be, and what color will the inside of the house be, and et cetera, et cetera. Likewise, whenever you're planning out a website, you want to take the time to iron out certain details. Like you want to figure out the name of your website, also known as your domain, the www.nameyourwebsite.com. And you would want to take a moment to determine your website colors, what are your website fonts going to be, what font will be used for your header tags, what font will you be using for your body text, what will your website goals be, and website goals that could be like setting up a blog to produce excellent content, or maybe you have a product or service you plan on selling, or maybe you want to display a portfolio, et cetera, et cetera. And also, how many web pages do you plan on having? Will it just be a 1-page landing page, or will it be a 5-page online brochure? Yeah, it definitely helps to iron out all these details at the very beginning.
And step number 2 is register your domain. This refers to your web address, the www.nameofyourwebsite.com. And if we were to use the analogy of a house, your domain would be your house address. And common extensions for your domain are, the .com and the .net. And as a general rule of thumb, the shorter you can make your domain, the better. And out of all the domain providers I've worked with, Namecheap is my top recommendation. And a domain is typically a $15 per year investment. After you purchase your domain, it's yours for 12 months. And once you reach that 12-month period, you can either renew it or let it expire. And then step number 3, set up your hosting account. And this is the virtual landlord that provides or quote unquote hosts online space for your website. And if we were to maintain the analogy of a house, hosting would refer to the land on which your house is built on. And some hosting providers will prefer you pay annually, some will let you pay monthly. And you can typically expect to pay somewhere between $10 to $20 per month for hosting. And out of all the hosting providers I've worked with, SiteGround is my top recommendation. And after you've established your domain, establish your hosting, well, the next step is to connect your domain and hosting. And I do want to share a pro tip with you right here. It is typically a good idea to register your domain with one company instead of hosting with another company for added security, as well as the ease of switching hosting companies if need be. So let's suppose you purchase your domain through Namecheap and set up your hosting with SiteGround. Well, what you would do is you would go into your Namecheap account and you would set up your domain name servers to point to SiteGround. And this way you would have Namecheap and SiteGround, quote unquote, talking to each other. If you don't know what a name server is, you can kind of think of it like a property management office, someone that makes sure all the traffic is getting directed to the right place. And basically, when you set up a Namecheap domain, the property management office is currently Namecheap, but we want to make SiteGround the property management office, have them handle directing all the traffic, that sort of thing. And if this doesn't fully make sense, if you would like a more detailed explanation, just let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to explain in more detail right there. All right, and just recap so far, if we maintain the analogy of your website as a house, your domain or web address, that'd be like the house address or the house mailbox in this illustration. And then your hosting account, that would be like the land below your house, the land on which your house is built on. And then your website would actually be the house itself. So in order to build a house, you got to first have some land or hosting to build on. And then you have to establish an address for that as well. And then step number 5, install WordPress onto your domain. And as I mentioned earlier, WordPress is open source software you can install onto your domain that enables you to build and update your website without having to deal with any lines of code. And most hosting companies make this process quick and easy for you. So I know in SiteGround, it's just a matter of making a few clicks to install WordPress onto your domain. And at least 30% of websites are built with WordPress, according to VentureBeat. And you can always go to WordPress.org to learn more about this WordPress software. And step number 6, install your WordPress theme. And a WordPress theme refers to the look and layout of your website. Some of these themes are free, some you have to pay for, and like some themes are built for like portfolio sites, some are built for e-commerce sites, some are like built for like restaurants, some are built for like small businesses. Yeah, there are at least 100 different WordPress themes out there. And if you're looking for something with drag and drop features similar to Wix and Weebly, yeah, these are the top three themes for that: Divi, Elementor, and Beaver Builder. Personally, I recommend the Divi theme. I use Divi on my personal client websites. But then again, I mean, I know everybody has their taste and preferences. Like if you were to ask me out of Divi, Elementor, and Beaver Builder, which is the best? Well, that'd be like almost asking me, like between Coke and Pepsi, what's the best? Or between Sprite and 7-Up, what's the best? I mean, everybody's going to have their taste and preferences. Then step number 7, install your WordPress plugins. And plugins are like the apps on your smartphone, just as you have apps for telling you the weather, for navigation, and other uses. You also have plugins that take care of the cybersecurity of your website, take care of your website performance, social media sharing, and other uses. And most of the plugins you would ever need are free. And to learn more about WordPress themes, WordPress plugins, you can always go to the WordPress.org site as well. And then the last step here is to set up your web pages. And the most common web pages tend to be your homepage, about, service, contact, and blog. And then every professional website will need legal mumbo jumbo pages, the terms of service, privacy policy, and FTC disclosure if involved in affiliate marketing. And after you finish setting about your web pages, putting everything in place, yeah, you want to make sure everything looks good on both desktop and mobile devices. And I do want to share another pro tip here. Yeah, just keep in mind that the Global Data Protection Regulation went into effect in May 2018. That's just about a year ago. So one of the most common mistakes I've seen is going to a website with no terms of service nor a privacy policy anywhere in place. And I don't want to spend too much time on the GDPR. In fact, I could actually spend a whole other video on that. But just in a nutshell, make sure you have your privacy policy and other legal mumbo jumbo in place. Otherwise, you could potentially face dire consequences. All right, well, that's it for the first video of the series. And in the next video, we're going to cover the very first step, website planning, in more detail. In fact, I'm actually going to have a free downloadable worksheet you can print out and fill out if you like. And then we'll also address some common questions, because I know a lot of people are wondering what's the difference between WordPress.com, WordPress.org, and then why not just use Wix or Weebly for building my website? And do I really need a website if I'm able to set up a free social media page? So these 3 questions you can look forward to being addressed in the next video of the series. And then also, if you have any other questions, any other confusion, yeah, feel free to let me know in the comments below. So before you go, be sure to leave a comment below. Let me know what you like most, if you're still confused on something. Like any question, any comment you have for me, yeah, just let me know down below. All right, well, I will close for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.